JRM Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of WPIAL High School Basketball, produced by JRM Video Productions.
Beautiful matchup between 5A Peters Township Indians and the 2A Sewickley Academy Panthers here on JRM Sports. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in. Alongside of me, Damon McDermott, I'm Spencer Witt, filling in for Matt Farrago. Damon, this is going to be a good matchup between two teams. The numbers don't lie. These are top two teams in the sections of their respective sections, but don't let the numbers fool you. 5A versus 2A, it's going to be a really solid matchup.
Yeah, we saw Sewickley early in the year play Pine, and it gave them a really good game. Sewickley's been dominating so far in 2A, so these non-conference games, I respect when you try to play up. Peters is one of those teams that always contends in 5A. They are missing their big man today in Wetzel, so maybe they wanted to see a good look when it came to, okay, if someone's our size, what can we do here? But still, it should be a really competitive, fun game here on Saturday before the snow hits us.
Peters Township only a handful of losses this year, too, in their section. That's to the number one team, Thomas Jefferson. As we take a look at the starting lineups here for the Panthers and the Indians. Starting for Sewickley Academy, number 2, Caden Battles. Number 3, Amari Spencer. Number 4, Lucas Grimsley. Number 23, Mamadou Kane. And number 33, Adam Ikamba. On the other side for Peters Township, just mentioned their starting lineups as well. Lucas Rost, Jaden Greco, Lucas Sachs, Xavier Knox, and Dylan Donovan. Peters Township in the red jerseys. Sewickley Academy in their white jerseys. This is a battle of red and white versus red and white.
Good jersey matchup, I would say, and they just switch colors when they go play home and away. So I'm really excited about this one again. And when you got a Saturday where, well, I know on our other network on JRM still we have 3 games, non-conference as well. You got this one, very competitive basketball. For these two, I think it's a really good playoff tune-up. You only got a couple more conference games left. Why not get some really good reps in? As usually you would see probably Wetzel here. Now you got about 6'8" versus 6'1" for a tip-off. And you got the 2A school with the bigger guy you don't see often, but Brentwood's got a 6'8" guy this year as well, and Sewickley wins that first tip.
Tip-off won by the Panthers and taken up by number 2, Caden Battles. Mari Spencer down low underneath. Mamadou Kane gets that one stripped away, but collected by the Panthers.
Pick it up. Word flow. Dive, Mamadou,
Picked up by Lucas Grimsley up top. Guarded on a mismatch, down low. That one laid up and in from number 23, Mamadou Kane, the sophomore for Sewickley Academy. Peters Township moves it up after the press, and they'll have it themselves as well. Jaden Greco, and then down low, and a foul called against Sewickley Academy. Against Mamadou Kane for Sewickley Academy.
And Coach Izzolino frustrated with that because Mamadou already gets his first foul. It will be on the floor, though. It looked like he tried a shot attempt, but they're gonna wave that one off. But Mamadou Kane, you do not want to get him in foul trouble early and often in this game.
Damon, you and I were talking about how you think this is going to be a close game. We saw the JV matchup decided by 1 point. Sewickley Academy winning that one, so that one blocked away by Adam Ikamba.
Yeah, Kimba's done a really good job this year. He looks way more mobile defensively and offensively. You're going to get Peters with their first foul. Again, they're going to be trying to really battle down low without their big man tonight. So you see right there, Lucas Sachs tries his best to kind of jump that pass, but a little bit too early on the contact.
Yeah, Sachs thought he had timed it well, and actually pretty much did, but he still had an arm on the back of, I believe that was Mamadou Kane, so that's the reason for that one. But an offensive foul there against Sewickley. That's the second foul for Mamadou Kane.
Yeah, they're going to have to sub him out real quick right here with Rob Southall. So the 6'5" sophomore comes in the game. Mamadou a little bit frustrated. It's happened a couple times this year. I mean, his game has grown so much, but a little bit still aggressive. And here's Peters trying to beat that trap. They do very well.
I want a 3 for Peters. Had a man open underneath, and it hits off of the rim and then off of the shot clock above. So dead ball there, and it'll be Sewickley's ball. But you got to think that might have been some of the game plan for Peters Township head coach Joe Ehrman and his staff just kind of going attacking Mamadou Kane to start, get things kind of off kilter for him.
Yeah, if you know you don't have your big man, you want to at least try to get one of the 6'8" guys out of the game as quick as possible. Mamadou a little bit more comfortable offensively than Akimba, even though he's grown a lot this year. If you can get him out, that helps a lot.
Lucas Grimsley, and back over Mari Spencer, and now Caden Battles.
Flow, right to flow. Get out of there, flow. Flow.
Akimba.
Pressuring the big man up top, trying to get a steal off of him. Does a good job to get it back to his guard.
It was Jaden Greco who was guarding him. Peters Township's kind of staying home right now and switching off their men. Now down low, a little bit of a mismatch. Bad pass, though, taken away. Xavier Knox able to get to it. Peters Township tries to move it up forward. Jaden Greco into the corner. They swing it out. Now up top. That one for three. Donovan, no good. Airballed that one, and it'll be Sewickley's ball.
Dylan Donovan 0 for 2. I know he's a sniper, known for his shooting prowess, maybe rushing a little bit. Again, he's getting guarded by a couple bigger guys here today. You're scared a lot of these shots get blocked or a hand in your face. But so far, very impressed with Peters Township defensively. You just got to keep grinding it out on the offensive side.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with how Peters Township is able to play well. And you know, we talk about it. 2A is obviously a lower classification, the fact that there's not as many players, not as many enrolled people in the schools. 5A has a ton of players, and what that means, there's also still a lot of tall players in 5A as well. There are kids on Thomas Jefferson as a kid that I believe is 6'6".
Yep.
I mean, there's height on all these teams, so it's not like they've never seen someone who's 6'7", 6'8".
Got a guy that's 7'1".
Yeah, I mean, so height is never necessarily a matter. It's just a matter of playing it consistently and knowing how to play it.
And Lucas Grimsley there, as we missed, he got fouled on a 3-point attempt, so he gets 3 free throws here.
Grimsley makes the first one there.
And talk about size, being surprised. We talked about it a little bit too. Sewickley's already played against a guy that's 6'8", and he's playing 2A in Brentwood. So it's amazing. A lot of these schools, I think when we were playing 10, 15 years ago, you didn't see so much height, and now there's just height on every single roster. Here's that press again, Spencer.
Sewickley pressing, and Peters Township able to break it. Couldn't get it down to 13 underneath. Finally goes to him, though. It's off his knee, but he'll take it over. Sent over to number 12. That's Lucas Sachs. No good on that one.
Drew Steele is also subbed in the game as well for Sewickley.
We'll mention 13 a lot for Peters Township. Xavier Knox. That's going to be the big player to watch here for Peters Township. How well he can play defensively and offensively down low, getting rebounds and things of that nature. That three, good for Sewickley. Caden Battles for three, and a timeout taken by head coach Joe Ehrman. And Peters Township, they're a donut on the board right now for the Indians, 8-0.
Yeah, and a lot of teams that Sewickley has played, they can't beat the press. Peters is beating the press, but then they can't find that one extra pass when they have those odd man fast breaks. And then for Sewickley, they haven't really missed a shot yet. And that's what makes it so much different for Sewickley Academy and for Peters is a lot of the time Sewickley's so used to causing so many turnovers. Now they're playing really good defense as soon as they break that press. And for Peters, they just cannot buy a shot right now. You got to try to get more comfortable in your offensive possession.
8-0 Sewickley Academy here in Sewickley, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh. Here in this January Saturday afternoon. Of course, we're expecting a lot of snowfall tonight. Going into tomorrow, I've heard 6 to 12 inches. I've heard 14 inches possibly as well. Who knows how much. Knowing Pittsburgh weather, I feel like it's going to be like 5 inches and they're going to call it a day. But this is the snowfall to end all snowfalls, at least according as this one down low, no good. Xavier Knox tried to take the contact.
I will say there was a lot of contact there. I thought you might see the first foul. Wrestling on the big guys play down low, pretty tough.
Yeah, Kimba not called for the foul there. They let that one ride. That one for three, no good. Off iron rebound though for Sewickley. The floater is good.
That's an impressive little floater right off of an offensive rebound by Jameer Guyton coming cold off the bench.
Guyton, his first basket of the afternoon. Being the first basket, Peters Township is still looking for theirs. Defender goes up, and nice little shot there for Dylan Donovan, and Peters Township on the board.
Good job by him regaining possession. Drew Steele's got a hand on that one, but he fought through contact, made the first jump shot. Hopefully that settles Peters Township in for this game.
Down low, no good on the short one there for Akimba.
Good defense by Peters there, but Akimba looks like he just rushed that shot a little bit.
Ross had some pressure on him. They swing it out to the outside now. Cooper Donovan. Donovan will drive in. That one blocked.
That's a really good move. That's just better defense by Akimba.
Give it up. Go away.
I thought Akimba wanted to dribble that all the way up. It looked like a guard there for a second.
He gives it off to his guard, and the guard taking the wide open three. Caden Battles.
There's not many two-way teams this dangerous with this many shooters. Caden Battles, the senior, he doesn't get talked about enough, doing a really good job so far in this game with 6 points, 2 for 2 from the three-point line, and here's a turnover potentially for Peters.
It is turned over, and then a trip there from number 25, Dylan Donovan. Donovan threw it away and then just tried to swipe at it when Caden Battles was running through. Foul called on Donovan. Another look at the turnover, and then you see him just kind of throw it over and reach for that one. And
I'll say he was reaching for the ball there.
To be fair, it looked like he was reaching for the ball. He was, I believe, he just kind of hoped for the best there in that situation, just slow up the pressure.
Connor Tall's also in the game now, so you get another guard to get a break. You know how good Connor is from beyond the arc.
Tall, the sophomore for Sewickley. Backing down, losing the handle on it for a second there. Kimba, and that one is a turnover. Well, I should say went out of bounds before anyone could grab it, and it goes to Peters Township.
And that was first Akimba's mistake there. He's gonna get doubled because Mamadou's out of the game. Connor Tall was open down on the baseline for a three-pointer, but again, you just got to respond to those double teams a little bit faster. Akimba's grown a lot in his game this year, but Peters is definitely going to W the rest of this game.
Cooper Donovan. Back up to Dylan Donovan. Dylan's got some pressure on him from Drew Steele. Driving in, that's a nice layup. Lucas Sachs for Peters Township. Their second basket, I should say.
Stay aggressive again. If you're going to be playing against this Sewickley team, try to draw some fouls early and often. Get to that hoop.
Nice one there for number 13, Jameer Guyton. He gets through two players and finds the opening. And speaking of opening, open layup there for Peters Township. Defensive help didn't get back in time. Lucas Sachs, his first bucket. Tall to Akimba. Battles. Underneath. Laying that one up and in. They got around the defender, and Akimba can lay it up easily there. 17-6. 90 seconds remaining here in quarter number one. Driving in. Tough angle, looking for the block, but it was off iron anyway and rebounded by Sewickley, excuse me. Battles will take it up to Steele. Drew Steele's driving in. Too strong on that one. The rebound, the follow-up, no good either from Jameer Guyton. Peters will try and move quickly. A three in the corner. That's good.
Southern Donovan, brother.
Cooper Donovan, the junior for Peters Township.
He's got 5 now, and having him come off the bench today.
45 seconds remaining here in quarter number one. Caden Battles, Connor Toll, Drew Steele. Steals a three, no good. Rebound, fighting for it. Peters Township will take it. Driving all the way, that one blocked away.
What a big block. Akimba had a feeling he was going to put his head down and try to go all the way to the rack. He stays with the guard step for step, and that one, Spencer, from your volleyball days, looked like a spike.
Jaden Greco learning the block there. 27 seconds remaining, 17-9. As you saw that one there for the Panthers. Inbounded by Peters Township. They might hold for the last shot here. Backing down, Xavier Knox. Greco.
Now I think they're going to hold. I think at first they were trying to look for a quick basket.
The fake on the three, driving in, the contact. And a blocking foul called. Xavier Knox will go to the free throw line for Peters Township. Another look at it here, and
Caden Battles, I'll give him props. He's 5'9", maybe, and it weighs about 160 pounds. Taking on Knox, going full head of steam. Thought you might get a charge there, but 2 free throws for Peters, and they've only been to the line once. You know, I think it's been a very well officiated game so far. That was a 50-50 call. Coach Isolino wants it, but
first free throw no good for Knox. Yeah, Knox 6'1", but got a lot of muscle on him.
He really
and
does.
Running in there in the lane. That's to take that contact.
That's a team play right there from Caden Battles, the senior point guard.
Yeah, 50-50 call. Again, I think I agree. You get those half the time. The other time, just a half a step too late, and that was the call there from the referees. It was half a step too late. Second free throw is good, and it's 17-10 as the half-court heave off back iron. 17-10. Sewickley went out firing. Peters Township has slowly chipped away at this lead, but a 7-point difference here after quarter number 1. We'll take a break here on JRM Sports.
Growing up at Sewickley Academy, every single step is a giant leap towards extraordinary, where students are excited about school and develop a love for learning. Our early childhood students begin their adventure here in a world of discovery and wonder, building, creating, and stretching their imaginations, sharing curiosities, and kindness. We help each child with routines that build self-confidence. We lean into learning through exploration, allowing time to observe, question, and reflect. Through personalized attention, we see firsthand what excites them to learn and create lessons from the things they're most interested in, exploring new vocabulary to help communicate thoughts, developing math skills to problem solve, and even discovering talents and passions. Many steps are taken each day, and we make every one count. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary.
Back here on JRM Sports, Sewickley Academy, Peters Township, this Saturday afternoon non-conference matchup. Damon McDermott alongside me, Spencer Witt. I got to mention it because, we have to. Always one of those situations where were you when blah, blah, blah happened? Where were you when the Steelers potentially hiring their newest head coach, Mike McCarthy? That's the news that we got in between break here, so just got to give a shout out. I always want to mention that. Super Bowl coming up as well, and playoff football this
Sunday,
weekend.
when we're all snowed in potentially. We get some good basketball on Saturday, and then we all get snowed in. And good active hands there by Peters Township. Again, they don't have their big guy tonight. The guards have to be very active. They're still going to argue over possession, though, as the other ref might have had a better angle, and they are going to then give it to Sewickley Academy. I think that was the right call. It went off of Peters Township. I think he thought it went between the legs of Mamadou Kane. It did not.
Yeah, Lucas Ross was the one who was over there for Peters Township. It looked like Ross was trying to make the argument they went right through his legs and just went behind him, but I think it just clipped him a little bit as well. And the reason for that one going back to Sewickley. So the Panthers with it, 17-12 here at the start of quarter number 2, as that pass just out of the reach for Mamadou Kane.
And you got to really give a shout out to Peters Township how they responded. You thought this game could get out of hand. Remember, it was 10-0 to start this game, and they airballed on 2 different shots.
17-12. Xavier Knox, Dylan Donovan. Donovan at the free throw line. That's good. That's got a nice touch on that shot from Donovan.
And he'll tell you, he's one of those guys that had an air ball. You thought maybe tonight's not going to be his night or today's not going to be his day, but a really good job there in a contested shot. Looks like he's finally comfortable in this matchup.
Shooters keep shooting.
Yep, absolutely.
That's exactly how it is. Nice almost steal. Got a little bit of the arm there from Dylan Donovan trying to pick the pocket of Sewickley, but a foul
Donovan
call.
thinks he's got all ball. Sewickley thinks he's got the arm again. Another 50-50 call.
That's Donovan's second foul.
You got to see how much they're going to trust him. He is their senior playmaker. You got to think that they just let him play in this game as long as he can, especially with the bench being shortened today.
That one thrown over to Steels. Steels on the block, and it's good off the glass and in for Drew Steels.
You got to like when a guard can give a little spin in the post and then hit it off the bank. Use that top right corner.
Bank is open, but they close early on Saturdays. Still open now, though, as we approach about 2 o'clock here on this Saturday afternoon. Non-conference matchup here in Sewickley, Pennsylvania. Dylan Donovan trying to drive in, taken away. Good steal there, and Drew Steele will take it forward. Steele has some pressure on him, got it deflected slightly. Right at that line there, is able to get it over to Kane. Spencer. Steals. Grimsley, and Grimsley another turnover there. That's back-to-back, but he's just hasn't been able to connect with the big men down low on those passes.
Yeah, Peters is being really physical, and then the big guys can't really get their feet set. So when you throw them that basketball, they're not really ready for it. And Grimsley, he tapped himself on the chest. He knows better. He's a senior. Back-to-back turnovers aren't going to cut it when you get into playoff basketball.
That one taken away. I think Steele was the one who got a piece of it.
Living up to his last name. Every game he's got some active hands.
Mari Spencer was the one who got it, and then back to Steele, and now into the corner. Grimsley, and back out for Kane. Spencer throws it down to Kane. Kane underneath. A lot of contact there, no call. Cleaned up, nope. Third effort, and instead it's a foul underneath against Peters Township.
And this is where a lot of teams struggle. Sewickley Academy, I don't have the exact stat in front of me, but I guarantee they lead the WPIAL in offensive rebounds. They do such a good job getting second chances right there. If you're Peters, you got to get one of those rebounds, especially with Grimsley, a guard, getting that second offensive rebound.
A couple substitutions coming in for Peters Township as well. Cooper Donovan back in.
Donovan had 5 points in that first quarter. Really good spark off the bench for Peters Township.
Daniel Dudek also in for Peters Township, a sophomore. Akimba. Drew Steele. Steals and a foul underneath against sophomore. Just checked in, Daniel Dudek.
He grabbed Mamadou's jersey. He's like, I'm not going to be able to. I got to do something to keep him right next to me.
Doesn't grab him. It's an easy
It's easy
in.
bucket. So, you know what I mean? It's your first foul. You can kind of give one, but heads up play by him. He knew right away off of that pick and roll. He's like, I can't keep up with him.
Dive hard, dive hard, dive hard.
Now the inbound here for Sewickley. It's deflected away. It'll still stay with Sewickley, though. Jaden Greco will come back in. He'll check in for Xavier Knox.
Don't push, hold him off. Swing it. Don't jump up and score.
Kimba backing down. No good off the iron.
What a rebound.
That's a good rebound from Lucas Rost. Strong on that one. And then Peters Township, 19-14 again. Chipping away. That air ball, though, might have got deflected.
It's a pass. Or no, they're going to call it. I mean, I didn't hear a whistle.
I think it was touched, but a player was on the foot, or a foot on the line, I should say, when they touched that one for Peters Township. So it'll go to Sewickley.
I was just waiting to hear a whistle, but all good. All good here.
Well, Peters Township and Sewickley stopped their momentum, though, after. So it might have just been a dead whistle, just kind of not blown hard enough. That one in for Kane. Mamadou Kane for Sewickley. 21-14. A couple baskets now, though, for Sewickley. Peters Township needs to respond here. Losing the handle was Rost, and then Donovan. Donovan stops just at the last second before it's blocked, almost blocked by Kane, but.
And that's where size matters. Right there, he usually just goes straight up with that. He has to float that because he can sense Mamadou Kane coming at him. And Mamadou's going to get his third foul on that collision.
Kane called for the foul here. Another look at it. You know, Kane never had his feet set there.
Yeah, never had the feet set.
That's going to be the call. I think I agree with that call, to be honest, from the referees. Unfortunately for Kane, again, a call there. He doesn't like it.
And it's just frustration because I see what he's trying to do. He wants to set a pick, but you just got to get your feet set, especially when you're a bigger guy. You will have some fouls go against you. It happens.
I think, unfortunately, too, is a lot of wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
When you got your defender coming in across from you because your guard was right next to you, you have to set your feet, unfortunately. He just wasn't able to set his feet there. And Peters Township, to the credit, also taking that foul. Foul called.
That's going to go on Peters. Trying to extend that arm just to get a little bit more space on that layup. Jaden Greco, I call that an NBA type of foul where a lot of guys use that elbow. You just can't extend it. That's when they're going to call it right away on you.
Greco's first. 2 guarding 2 here is Rost and Battles. Steals, up and good. Greco tried to buy some contact, nothing called, and an easy basket for Steals. Greco blocked away. You hear that one over here.
That sounded like a volleyball spike. You could hear the ball on that one. Added Kimbo, it now has 3 blocks, and 2 of them have been highlight reel ones already.
6'8" junior for Sewickley Academy.
And there's a lot of games where Mamadou's a star. I think Akimba's done a really good job in this one, kind of being that vocal point for Sewickley so far.
And the tallest player, again, on Peters Township playing right now is Xavier Knox. It's 6'1". As that shot high arcing and good, though. Good a basket from Donovan. Again, at the foul line, he's got a couple of those.
You can see why he's an all-section player at 5A. Looks like he's getting more and more comfortable in this game. He's got 6.
This is a Peters Township team last year, went to the Whitfield Championships, fell to Chartiers Valley in the championship down at the Peterson Events Center. I called that game, actually, fun fact. So this one all the way past half court. It'll be over and back in
and they've lost a little bit, but they reload. Peters always reloads. They're one of those teams you talk about in football and basketball, a really well-respected program here in the Whitfield, as Donovan is going to take a break, so we'll see how they can fend off Sewickley without their star player in this game. He at least is maybe going to sit the rest of this half. We'll see. 2:52 left.
Yeah, Joe Ehrman as well, head coach for Peters, a very good head coach, former head coach at Baldwin, along with a handful of other programs, worked his way up to getting to Peters, too. And it's a big area in Peters Township, and a lot of players have come out of there that have been solid players.
So Eric Krashian will be in now for Drew Steele.
Peters Township last year was, I believe, a 6 seed
That's
in the Whitfield Championship.
So much fun about 5A and 6A. I mean, if you just get in, a lot of those teams, the talent's so close.
Of course, Sewickley Academy looking to try and get themselves into the Whitfield Championship. Hell, in the semis last year, Jeanette, who's also going to be a top team in 2A, will be expecting to see
a matchup a lot of people want to see.
Expecting to see a lot of these teams go deep into their own respective playoffs. Obviously, a non-conference tune-up. You talked about how this could be a big tune-up for playoff potential. As we get later into this season, only a couple games left before we hit February. February is when it becomes playoff time. That one in the corner, good. Low arcing shot, Cameron Kirsch. And Kirsch getting the basket. That one up and in. Fighting through the contact, Jameer Guyton.
He's been a bright spot off the bench tonight. That's 6, and he's going to go to the line, and he can get his 7th point on the night. And Dylan Donovan is going to get right back in after a quick breather. But that's a really good answer by Sewickley Academy. And Jameer Guyton being a spark plug off the bench so far in this game.
Jameer Guyton at the line. He completes a 3-point play. 26-19 here in quarter number 2.
Peters, though, still just sticking around. And I will give them credit. This press is usually one of those things a lot of teams can't beat, and they're doing a really good job. You just saw it right there.
Donovan. And a carry there from Donovan. They're getting the ball out of the press, and then they've got 13 on the block, Xavier Knox, but Sewickley does a really good job.
They
get
recover
one player
so
right
fast. Yep.
into they get one player right in between the ball carrier and Knox, and then the second guy sprinting down the court to get to Knox as well before they can do anything with it. That one off the off-ball screen, and the 3 no good.
Yeah, you can talk about Sewickley's size, this and that, but they are very well coached, and they listen to their coach with this press right here. Look at this trap.
That one deflected, so it won't be over and back, and they finally get over to the corner. This one for 3, no good from Jaden Greco, rebounded
And
by
when
Sewickley.
when you face a trap or a press, those are the shots you got to make.
Wide open 3 there from Peters Township. That one swiped away. I don't know if that was Knox or Sachs that got it, and then Peters Township trying to move tempo. Underneath, good
Nice
block,
pass.
and it's good. Donovan to Lucas Sachs. Donovan had 2 guys on him, opened up Sachs underneath.
This game's reminded me a lot of the Pine Richland game. They just kept sticking in there with Sewickley. Really good competition, really fun non-conference game for 1:30 on a Saturday.
5-point difference right now, 26-21. That one deflected. And out of play. Just too hot on the hands there for Akimba.
Grimsley will check back out for Drew Steele.
32 seconds remaining. We'll take a look at head coach Mike Ulzino. I can never pronounce his name for Sewickley Academy.
Which one?
The head coach.
Mike Izzolino.
Izzolino. I struggle with that.
As two RMU alumni,
I know,
we've known him for
worst part.
10 years. He'll give us
Izzolino.
He'll be like, come on, guys.
Even I have the phonetics in front of me, and I still was struggling with it. Baseline, trying to throw it over, take it away.
Gotta hurry.
1 second remaining. It's a travel anyway, so they're not going to be able to count the shot attempt anyway.
You got to think they maybe put a second back on the clock.
The referees are saying that there's no chance, there's no time on the clock, but head coach Joe Ehrman wants time on that clock, and now they're telling Sewickley not to leave yet.
Yeah, as we're running our highlights, we're going to have to get back to the game action. I think there's going to at least be a second on the clock. As the refs are now coming over, as you're seeing some of those first half highlights. We'll get to those.
Yeah.
Nobody's fault there. You never think you're going to travel with a second left, so they're going to put 1.2. So that's even a little bit more than a catch and shoot.
At 1.2 seconds remaining. We saw 1.1 on the clock at the end of the JV game. They were able to catch it and get a shot off for Peters Township. So there's a chance here to get a shot off as well for the Indians.
And I'll say this. I think there should have been time, but 1.2 seems like a lot.
It's
I feel like I think
time.
he released that probably with where I thought it'd be a catch and shoot, like 0.4, 0.5. So now you at least can set your feet if you get a pass from inbounds.
This one thrown over, Knox. They swing it over, and instead it's not going to be in time. I thought Knox was going to throw that one up, but instead we end the half just the same way that we did before. We'll step aside now, and we'll take a break here at halftime. 26-21, Sewickley up on Peters Township here on JRM Sports.
At Sewickley Academy, we blend a classical education with an eye towards the future. Growing up here, students benefit from continuous innovation and endless creativity, helping to build their character and confidence. Where they are free to experiment in an environment that encourages collaboration and sparks imagination. And where learning goes beyond the classroom walls, balancing structured academics with play-based experiences. Every student's interest is cultivated from the first day to inspire a lifelong love of learning, with guidance that fosters independence, goals, and skills. Growing up at Sewickley Academy means building a solid foundation for future growth and development, where students become who they're meant to be. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary.
Stay connected with all the action. Follow JRM Sports on X, Instagram, and YouTube. Get the latest highlights, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes moments from your favorite sports. Don't miss a second. Follow us today.
Growing up at Sewickley Academy, every single step is a giant leap towards extraordinary, where students are excited about school and develop a love for learning. Our early childhood students begin their adventure here in a world of discovery and wonder, building, creating, and stretching their imaginations, sharing curiosities, and kindness. We help each child with routines that build self-confidence. We lean into learning through exploration, allowing time to observe, question, and reflect. Through personalized attention, we see firsthand what excites them to learn and create lessons from the things they're most interested in, exploring new vocabulary to help communicate thoughts, developing math skills to problem solve, and even discovering talents and passions. Many steps are taken each day, and we make every one count. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary. At Sewickley Academy, we blend a classical education with an eye towards the future. Growing up here, students benefit from continuous innovation and endless creativity, helping to build their character and confidence. Where they are free to experiment in an environment that encourages collaboration and sparks imagination. And where learning goes beyond the classroom walls, balancing structured academics with play-based experiences. Every student's interest is cultivated from the first day to inspire a lifelong love of learning, with guidance that fosters independence, goals, and skills. Growing up at Sewickley Academy means building a solid foundation for future growth and development, where students become who they're meant to be. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary.
Peters Township and Sewickley Academy here on JRM Sports. Alongside me, Damon McDermott. I'm Spencer Witt filling in for Matt Perigo. 26-21, it's a good contest between these two sides, Damon. I mean, again, it was starting out 10-0 early for Sewickley. Peters Township, they have never really shown to be the superior team. I think Sewickley still is that leading team, but they've hung around here and played really good defense to keep this thing close.
Yeah, and you'll see on these highlights, I think the one thing keeping Sewickley ahead is that inside scoring and then a couple really timely threes. But Peters Township did a really good job. You said down 10-0 to respond and outscore Sewickley since then 21-16. And Dylan Donovan getting a little bit hot, you saw right there on that shot. And then a couple guys off the bench, the other Donovan having a couple really nice points as well, and Lucas Sachs with 4 points of his own. And then with Mamadou Kane with 3 fouls, he's going to start this first or second half, it seems like, but he's got to be very careful. Adam McKimba's done a really good job with 3 blocks, and it looks like we're actually going to maybe start a couple seconds early. Everybody's worried about the snow, I guess, Spencer, even though it's not going to hit until about midnight, but you never know.
We're back here for the second half. Damon, real quick, what are your predictions? How many inches of snow do you think we're getting this tonight, tomorrow?
A lot of people have been putting the over-under at 8. I'm saying we get a foot.
I'm taking the under. I think we're about 6 or 7. That's what I did not mean that.
Oh, no,
I did not mean that, I swear.
All the kids watching the game.
26-21 here is Mamadou Kane lays that up and good. I think Jaden Greco was trying to buy some contact there. Didn't get any. They break the press, though, and Greco open, drives in. The spin move, feeding it over. Couldn't get it to his teammate in time, though. Diving on the floor. Now the ball just a frenzy. Who's got it? Who's got a hand on it? And we'll get a jump ball. The possession arrow will go to Peters Township.
Footstep, Mamadou. Let him through. Watch the curl, Caden. Watch the
Peters
curl.
Township will inbound this one. Jaden Greco.
Illegal.
Donovan.
Watch behind you. Watch
That
behind
one
you. Jump
taken
it.
away. Mamadou Kane.
Good. Yo, we're full. We're full.
Sewickley with it. Luke Grimsley. No good. Rebound by Peters Township. Lucas Rost will try and move it forward. Jaden Greco. Dylan Donovan.
Help him, Mamadou.
Xavier Knox.
Good, Mari. Right, coming back right, coming back right.
Knox defended well. Underneath, no good. Second effort, couldn't get that one up.
That was a heck of a pass by Dylan Donovan. No look off the spin.
And Xavier Knox felt the pressure of having Mamadou Kane in that area. Actually, I believe that was Kimba in the area, so he just kind of rushed that
rushed
shot.
Everything. And there's Mamadou Kane. Foul trouble, but now he gets 4 points already in this second half for Sewickley Academy.
Peters Township breaks the press again. Greco for three, no good. Knox with a big board, puts that one up, rolls off the rim, no good. Trying to take that one away, almost does. Collision, but now it's fought for. And possession will stay with Sewickley Academy, the jump ball.
Pretty physical non-conference game, too. You can see why both of these teams are playoff teams, top teams in 2A and 5A. They don't want to drop any game, even if it's non-conference. And Sewickley, again, still has an undefeated season. You definitely don't want to drop a game.
I was going to mention that 14-0, 9-0 in a section.
If you go undefeated and you play 2 6A teams and a 5A team on your schedule, pretty impressive right there. They try to get a foul, but it ends up being a Peters Township foul. So Mamadou Kane was in foul trouble. Again, they're just trying to draw some charges, draw some contact. I don't blame him. Again, you're down, you're a big man, but right there, Mamadou Kane went straight up. And I think he was even surprised. He goes, what happened to the guy behind me? And then he goes straight back up, gets the 2 points. So good job by Mamadou, and I don't blame Peters what they're trying to do, but right there, they're not going to call that one. That one was a little bit of a flop.
That foul was the second effort there from 25. That's Dylan Donovan. Donovan's got 3 fouls himself. As this one taken away by Kane, recognizing how Peters Township breaks the trap, and then it's out of bounds, and it'll go towards Peters Township. Sewickley Academy's bench was not happy with that call.
Yeah, Mamadou thought it went off a defender. They're saying it went off of his knee when he tried to cross over. And then it's going to be a reach-in foul as well from Sewickley Academy.
Yeah, definitely a reach in there for Amari Spencer. Inbounded now for Peters Township. Dylan Donovan. Swinging out past the three-point line for Peters Township, 33-21. The Indians underneath, too strong on the pass there.
Good idea. Again, it seems like everything's just a little bit rushed because they're worrying about Sewickley's size. I say again, you just got to take your time and trust yourself on that one. So now you got kind of the game of runs. Again, Sewickley was up 10-0. And then Peters answers by outscoring him in that second half. But now Sewickley's come out really strong here in this third quarter.
Yeah, pretty much similar to what we just saw. We saw at the beginning of the game. So it's like a tale of the same halves.
See if Peters can respond again, or now if Mamadou can kind of stay out there with 3 fouls only, you've already seen the difference he's kind of made in this second half.
Foul underneath, or foul off the ball there for Peters Township. And a foul called as well against number 5, Jaden Greco. Greco with the pass interference call there. As I referenced the other sport, never looked at the ball and just got his hand on the arm of the Sewickley Academy player, and they're going to call that a foul. Timeout taken by Sewickley Academy. So a timeout taken by the Panthers. Mentioned before, undefeated. Sewickley is 14-0, 9-0 in 2A Section 2. Peters Township 12-4 record. Their 4 losses this season. They lost to Seneca Valley earlier this year at a non-conference matchup. Lost to Thomas Jefferson twice in their section matchups. That's why TJ is the number 1 team right now in their section, and lost to Olentangy, Ohio in a
I was about to ask you if you knew where it was.
I don't know where Olentangy, Ohio is. If there's anyone listening or watching who is from Olentangy, Ohio, I apologize. Not familiar, but I should be familiar. They beat Peters Township 64-48.
Yeah, good team over in Ohio. The whole give some Ohio credit for their hoops, and a lot of these teams now travel to Florida, some of them for some non-conference games. So you never know who is going to be on some schedule. So when I first saw that, I was like, is it Ohio, West Virginia, Florida?
Yeah, Sewickley Academy with their handful of tournaments themselves, playing this season. We'll talk about that. Next break we have here is the layup there and good for Amari Spencer. The pass through, just couldn't hold on to that one. I saw the vision there for Cooper Donovan. He's able to get behind the defenders. And his teammate Lucas Ross solid too, but just couldn't connect the pass there.
Amari Spencer gets his first 2 points on that possession for Sewickley. Then they force a turnover, and I think that's been the biggest difference in this second half is Peters Township. You've seen a lot of turnovers that they just were not doing, a lot of unforced errors.
That one deflected out of bounds. They'll stay with Sewickley. Lucas Sachs and Xavier Knox will come back in. That three for Sewickley, no good. Rebound, though, from Spencer. Good board for him. Kane for three, no good. Rebound again. And it's Grimsley and a foul called against Peters Township. They're being very aggressive. Peters Township is in this second half. They've got 3 fouls already. Only a couple minutes have gone by. 4 fouls, actually, correction.
Amari Spencer will get a well-earned break. You see him on the top of our screen there, and Drew Steele will check back in.
Yeah, earned that break. There was a couple boards from him.
And he's a glue guy. He's a senior. Again, he could be more selfish, but only has 2 points in this game, but a couple really good assists and rebounds in this game.
That three, no good. Rebounded by Sachs. Sachs will take it up the floor. Takes some contact, drives in, kicks it out. Cameron Kirsch. Donovan. Donovan the extra.
No look behind the back. Oh, watch out, Spencer.
And this one dunked by Mamadou Kane. Timeout taken by Peters Township. 37-21, Sewickley Academy up on the 5A school of Peters Township.
He got some air. 9 points in this second half for Mamadou Kane. Not to cut you off, Spencer, but you don't see that in a high school game often. What a big dunk from the big man. I say it all the time. He only has one D1 offer right now from Duquesne, but I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot more coming in. You can see how talented he is. Still inexperienced. You saw the foul trouble in that first half, but so far in this second half, he has 9 points. He had 2 in the first and 2 in the second. And it just seems like Peters has no answer with their big man out today.
Kane with 13 points, and I feel for this Peters Township team right now, like you mentioned, just really could not match up against the tall players for Sewickley Academy, Adam Akimba and Mamadou Kane. Although, to be fair, Akimba's only got 2 points on the board now, so they would hold one player off, but they can't hold both of them, especially after the foul trouble issues have gone away a little bit for Mamadou Kane.
And what's dangerous about Mamadou is he moves way better than what you would think for a big guy. That's where a lot of teams, they get and he shoots threes. So a lot of these teams, at least in the high school level, you don't see that. You see that in pro ball and college ball. But when you see him for the first time, you're like, oh, this guy can do everything. That's not good.
Yeah, you don't expect to have to close out on a player like that. You just expect to stay home and play deep, especially when you're undersized. Knox underneath, and that's a good basket. Good look from Knox to Sachs, I should say, and Sachs will go to the free throw line for the end one.
You can tell why they're a really good team. Again, there's a lot of backdoor cuts, good set plays by Peters. A lot of them just a little bit rushed today. Or Kimba, he has 3 blocks on a couple baskets they probably expect to make as well. So we'll see if Peters can fight their way back. And, again, I think this is a great game for both teams. Yeah. You don't get these type of reps usually on a Saturday in a non-conference game.
Yeah, Peters Township, very fundamental. They don't play hero ball. They use every player to their advantage and the skills that they have. As this one a 3 for Tull, short on that one, rebounded by Peters Township. They've got numbers. Donovan off the glass and in. Back-to-back baskets now for Peters Township. They're hanging around here in quarter number 3. And a foul called there on Cameron Kershaw. Kirsch will be called for the foul.
That should be his first. Yeah,
it is his first.
Thought he might have got credit for the one in the first half, but that's only his first. But they are in the bonus, so Mamadou's going to go straight to the foul line.
Yeah, Kirsch the last in the rotation off the bench there, and aggressive on that one is the first free throw good for Kane. Aggressive to try and get that ball. If you're close, you take that aggression because you have the fouls to give. Second free throw, no good for Kane, but Peters Township will move it up. Rost drives it in, and it goes off of Peters Township. It'll be Sewickley ball.
So Kemba comes out, Rob Southall back in.
Southall in as that's a kick ball. A little bit of contact there as Rob Southall went down, but
Rob got not yelled at, but he got corrected by Coach Izzolino for where he was supposed to be, and then he gets knocked down. He's thinking, I just got in this game. What the heck just happened in the last 5 seconds?
Drew Steele will take this up for Sewickley. That one deflected underneath for Southall. And
you know what? Sometimes you get rewarded. He gets some points after that tough go.
Easy basket there for Southall off the deflection from a Peters Township defender. Drew Steele, of course, will say that he did it on purpose. Knox couldn't hold on to that one. That one up and in on the dunk for Drew Steele as he's fired up.
No, he's not 6'8". He's just got hops. What a dunk out of nowhere from Drew Steeles.
Steeles with the dunk. Donovan gets the basket. Fighting for that one. Loose ball on the floor. Taken by Peters Township. Donovan. Contact. Deflected out. A block is what it's called. It'll stay with Peters Township, though. Another look there. I think that Southall is going to be called for that foul. Or correction, Southall who blocked it. Peters Township wanted a foul. Southall got bit on that fake there and cutting in. Couldn't finish that one was Ross, but he'll go to the free throw line. That'll put the senior for Peters Township on the free throw line. Lucas Ross to the free throw line. First one no good. That's section 3 of 5A. Thomas Jefferson, Peters Township, South Fayette, Ringgold, Baldwin, Trinity, and Bethel Park.
Thomas Jefferson undefeated in that section. Very impressive.
Looking to be one of the top teams in 5A, but again, the 6th seed of Peters Township last year was the one that made the championship. Now against a 4 seed of Chartiers Valley. So
Chartiers Valley also having a really good year with Lincoln Park as well.
They're the number 1 team in their section as well. Is that one good for Southall? Ross drives in, the foul called.
I'll give Sewickley credit too, is how well coached they are. I mean, after every basket, they are flying back to try to get back.
And they have to be.
And they have to, because that's the pace of play they really play. And I'll give credit to Peters. I mean, they're pushing the pace very fast too, where Sewickley hasn't seen this a lot in conference play this year, a team that can really keep up with them.
When you're undersized in the sense of your tallest player 6'1", you have to push the pace. You have to use the advantage of, if you can't have height, you have length. And that's what it is going faster than the other team. But to be fair, again, to Sewickley, they have gotten a really good job of staying back. Tall for 3, no good. Followed up by Kane, though, for the dunk. Donovan on the contact, no good, gets his own board, thrown up, and he got an arm on him. And he'll go to the free throw line as well.
I think Donovan's kind of said, all right, I'm going to have to put this team a little bit on my shoulders there, be a little selfish, and why not if you can get to the foul line?
Yeah, one of their top scorers for Peters Township. An 18-point game right now, make that 17. And his first free throw good for Peters Township.
He's got 5 here in the third quarter.
Got 9 overall. Double digits for Donovan is nothing but net on the free throws.
Peters is going to want a timeout now, getting this back down to 16. And Sewickley's only let teams get 28.5 points a game this year, Spencer, trying to stay under 30, which is remarkable. And showing again, you play up a classification. Peters already got 30, so this is, again, really good reps for Sewickley. And what a year it has been for Sewickley. Is I see you kind of looking at some schedules over there, trying to go undefeated in a regular season. A lot of pressure every single game, but I think for Sewickley, again, you got to just try to take it one game at a time.
Yeah, talk about their section real quick. Section 2, 2A. They're 9-0 in section. Eden Christian is right behind them, fallen twice. They're the only team that they have fallen to, though, is Sewickley. Winchester Thurston in 3rd, Northgate in 4th, Brentwood in 5th, Propel Braddock Hills in 6th, and Leechburg rounds out Section 2 of 2A. 3 of the 4 sections have undefeated teams in their conference, or in their section, I should say. Chartiers Houston's 9-0 in Section 3, and Jeanette is 9-0 in Section 1. They're 14-1 overall. Chartiers Houston, don't sleep on them, 14-3 as well.
There's a lot of people talking about the Jeanette-Sewickley potential matchup. Coaches, if you're watching this game back, we're not saying like to look ahead. I know you don't want us talking like that, but a lot of people have already started on Twitter and the pregame shows, postgame shows talking about that matchup. But Chartiers Houston saying, wait a minute, we're undefeated in section play. We could beat Jeanette or Sewickley.
It's a solid Buccaneers team. Do not count them out either. Don't count out Peters Township here. 16-point game, but a big swing could really change things at the end of this 3rd quarter here. Driving in, the layup, though, is good for Jameer Guyton for Sewickley. Donovan drives in off the glass high, no good. Fights for it, gets it back. Donovan again as he's tripped up, and it'll go the line again.
Like I said, Donovan I think has kind of said, okay, I'm going to have to get really selfish here in the 3rd quarter, and not in a bad way. I mean, he just knows he's a playmaker on this team. He's had multiple games this year with over 20 points. He's just got to get to the line and make these free throws, try to get hot for his team.
First free throw good for Donovan. He's got 11 now. Second free throw for Donovan is good. They let Mamadou Kane go on the inbound, and then that's how Peters Township operates on their own trap. Steals up, spins it around and in.
When you got that guy coming off your bench, how talented he was on that state championship run last year as a freshman, see how much he's grown this year as well.
Sewickley got all the way to Hershey last year. We're going to try and get back there this year. That one up on the left and good for Lucas Ross. He got around his defender.
Good and one there, so they can try to get down to 15. And I think you feel good if you can get it down. If you get one more possession down to 12 or 13 going in the 4th quarter if you're Peters.
That's Ross's first basket. Got a free throw earlier. Misses that free throw, though. And with 35 seconds here in quarter number 3.
See if Sewickley holds, or they're going to try to maybe get 2 baskets here. No shot clock, but try to push the pace.
Guyton will shoot that one, and it gets stuck. In the corner, right on the... great shot from our camera crew catching that one. Who's going to go up there and get it? And it's going to be Donovan. We'll get his fingertips on that one.
Mamadou might just go get it and
I
dunk
thought
it for fun.
any of the Sewickley Academy players were going to get it, but they smartly decide, I don't think it's the words, but the smart decision to go back on defense. Yep. Obviously possession, that's a jump ball, so possession would have went to Peters Township anyway. With 15 seconds remaining, the Indians looking for the last basket here before the end of the half, and now Sewickley looking for one themselves. 9 seconds remaining. Steals, spin, or I should say the in between the legs and the 3, no good. A couple defenders on him, and that'll end the 3rd quarter, 50-34. Sewickley Academy up on Peters Township here on JRM Sports.
At Sewickley Academy, we blend a classical education with an eye towards the future. Growing up here, students benefit from continuous innovation and endless creativity, helping to build their character and confidence. Where they are free to experiment in an environment that encourages collaboration and sparks imagination. And where learning goes beyond the classroom walls, balancing structured academics with play-based experiences. Every student's interest is cultivated from the first day to inspire a lifelong love of learning, with guidance that fosters independence, goals, and skills. Growing up at Sewickley Academy means building a solid foundation for future growth and development, where students become who they're meant to be. Sewickley Academy, intentionally extraordinary.
Back here on JRM Sports, 50-34 here in this non-conference matchup Saturday afternoon here between the Indians of Peters Township and the Panthers of Sewickley Academy. Alongside of me, Damon McDermott. I'm Spencer Witt.
How about 24 points in that quarter? And there's a foul quickly on Peters Township, but 24 points for Sewickley Academy in the third quarter. They average over 70 a game, but you're just not used to seeing 24 in one quarter.
That was more points than both teams had in the first quarter, I believe, and maybe more than
it was in the second,
too. The second, yeah. But Sewickley will move this forward. That one dunked by Ikimba, the defensive breakdown there, and had a wide open look for him. Ross to Donovan. Donovan, that one blocked.
How did he? I know how. He's 6'8", but they get the steal off of him off that block.
Yeah, good job there, Cooper Donovan, to stay with it and not let that one go. But yeah, the block there.
He comes out of nowhere.
You don't expect it because high school basketball is a lot of one-on-one. If you drive in, you beat your defender. You feel like you have at least a half clean look. It's either contact or a clean look. And instead, Mamadou Kane just comes in and jumps out of his shoes. Actually, correction, that's Ikimba who's jumping out of his shoes down there. The three there for Sewickley, no good from Grimsley. Battles, back over to Steele, and they'll slow it down a little bit here.
Mari Spencer with that offensive rebound. Now he's going to take it inside.
Baseline for Spencer to Grimsley. Grimsley for three. He got a little bit of an open look, and he can't hit that one. Rebounded by Greco. Driving in his Sachs. No good. Gets the effort, though. Sewickley Academy not happy with the rebounding effort there. They'll let Sachs grab that one again.
Donovan really wishes he would have made that. You get down by 13 then. And he's had a good game, but from the three-point line, just been a little bit cold. You need to make those big ones, especially when you're playing a team like Sewickley.
Ikimba. And back over. Baseline, they swing it outside. Battles. Spencer drives in. Over to Grimsley for three. And Grimsley hits it.
He missed his first three, I think, attempts tonight, and we know how good he can shoot it. So you got to think eventually he's going to knock down a wide open one from one of his favorite spots.
And that's potentially a dagger three there for Peters Township as well. This three.
Answer right here. No.
Short on that one from Jaden Greco.
Like the look again, and just Peters today.
They've struggled with the three-pointers today. I think that's something that head coach Joe Ehrman will not be happy about. A foul, offensively against Drew Steeles.
Yeah, you're missing your big guy today. You need your guards to get a little bit hot. So again, if you miss your threes, you're usually not going to get that rebound. Then you got the fast break points going the other way from Sewickley Academy. It's almost, I always compare it to when you got like a mid-major playing a big school. You know you're undersized, so you got to hit a lot of shots to stay in the game.
Xavier Knox wanted a hold there against him, and he had an argument to be made. Tried to get that one, couldn't get it to him, and a turnover from Peters Township. deflected. And it goes off of Knox, and it'll stay with Sewickley.
Good job by him to just get a swiper. That was going to be an easy dunk there again for Akamba.
He has probably played, I don't know, I haven't watched every Peters Township game this year, obviously, but he has probably had his toughest test this weekend.
Right.
And it's, for Knox, let's just kind of give him and a couple other players. Lucas Sachs has had to guard Kane and Akimba as well, along with Dylan Donovan. For a guy like Xavier Knox, you can tell he's a glue, dirty work kind of guy. I mean, you even played that back in high school.
Yep.
As that layup is good, so you know that position, you know that role, and when you're called upon to do something like this,
you gotta hope you have a heck of a game, and those guys are just not playing their best that night. And there's another turnover for Peters Township. But the problem is, Mamadou Kane and Akimba, there haven't been many off nights this year, and Knox, I think, has done a great job with what he can do. But, again, if you had another 6'8" guy on your own team helping you out today, it would have been a little bit easier.
Knox back down by Akimba and forces it to get it out to the point, Driving in, and the foul. Luke Grimsley, 59-36.
Second team foul of the quarter. At the line for Sewickley, number 4, Lucas Grimsley.
A couple substitutions coming in, one for Peters Township and one for Sewickley. Connor Tull coming in. I think there was some confusion between the ref and Connor Tull if he was allowed to come in yet or not, and then heard the horn a second time, and he's told, yeah, you can come in now.
And I joke, Sewickley uses the towels that a lot of teams have gone to now, and I say a lot of guys, younger guys, they just don't sub as aggressively as they used to until the coach tells them, and there's an offensive rebound and point for Peters Township. A lot of AAU basketball where you don't got to you can just kind of walk out there. In high school, you got to sub quick or the ref's just going to tell you to sit back down.
The first basket there for Daniel Dudek. A timeout taken by Sewickley, 60-38. Sewickley up on Peters Township here. Again, non-conference, we'll talk about that. Let's take a look at a couple of schedules here. We'll start with Peters Township. I'll just mention them while we got some time out here. They're at Trinity, a team that is struggling, the Hillers in their section, and then they go to South. They take on South Fayette at home, at Ringgold, which is a decent Ringgold team, Bethel Park, who got their first win a couple weeks ago in section, so don't discount them. And then Mount Lebanon to end things on a non-section opponent to end things. On the other side for Sewickley, they take on Obama Academy, the Eagles, here on the 28th at 7:30. They're then on the road at Propel Braddock Hills in section. They take on Aliquippa in a tournament on February 1st. Northgate in section on the 3rd, and then at Leechburg. And then the end the year at Neighborhood Academy, or take on Neighborhood Academy, I should say, in a non-section matchup as well. Knox gets the steal there. The layup, and it's good for Cameron Kirsch. Kirsch has got 5 off the bench.
That's a nice little bright spot in this game, getting a little bit more playing time with the bench being shortened.
Kirsch, a junior for this Peters Township team. They called that foul on Knox. I didn't think Knox was the one who had the foul. I thought it was jumping in there or Jaden Greco, but instead
I'm saying, what else can I do here? I'm trying everything I can.
He played him defensively in the back. He got the ball, I think, and then a defender came flying in there, and that's when the whistle came. And so they call it on Knox. He's only had a couple fouls, though, in this one. 3 to be exact. This one goes all the way to the backcourt. 3 minutes remaining here in this one. We talk about non-conference, Damon, while we got a little bit of time here. We talked about a tune-up for potentially WPIAL playoffs. I would not be surprised, and you and I both can agree to this, to see, we'll be there as a 3 is good for Sewickley Academy. We'll be down at the Pete.
Everybody's going to be down at the Pete. I think this year is a really good year for some WPIAL basketball, and I wouldn't be surprised to see both of these teams.
I'm about to argue. This might be a tune-up game for us watching the WPIAL playoffs, knowing these teams, because we expect both of these teams to be down there at the Peterson Event Center at the end
Tough
of February.
basket there by Donovan as well. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. It's always fun to be down there. And again, this is why I love when coaches schedule games like this. As JRM is also doing some other non-conference games, some tough games. And to me, it's why not? You see it in college basketball. You want to have some non-conference tough games to really bolster you for that playoff run. For Sewickley, you were down Pine Richland in the third quarter. And this game, this Mamadou Kane, my goodness, another ferocious dunk.
Get out of the way there. Mamadou Kane came flying in for the dunk with authority on the one-handed jam there. That three no good for Peters Township. The deflection was looking for his teammate. And now fighting at the floor. And a jump ball called. Now some substitutions coming in here for Peters Township. They'll get a couple more players off their bench. Cooper Donovan will check back in. And then 21 and 23 in the first time. Chase Chokel and Brian Devine. That's a junior and a sophomore, coming in for Peters Township.
Bad news for Peters. Mamadou Kane's going to stay out there. He's probably still upset he was in foul trouble early. He wants a couple more baskets.
The three there, no good. Just three seniors on this Peters Township team, by the way. Lucas Ross, Jaden Greco, and Dylan Donovan. Driving in is Kane. And he'll lay that one up and in.
Moves like a guard, but he's 6'8" and has a lot of strength behind him as well. As talking about seniors, I think Sewickley only has 2 or 3 as well.
3 to be exact. Caden Battles, Amari Spencer, and Luke Grimsley, as that one goes deflected out of play.
One more, Justin Prinzik too. No, that's number 4. So they got 4, but you have You have 3 seniors that start.
Yeah.
So you're replacing 3 next year, which for Sewickley, they have so many young guys you're seeing off the bench right now. They should be able to reload, but that will be an adjustment for sure.
Couple players in for Sewickley as well. Eric Crayson into the game. Connor Tall is also checked in as well. And that's going to be an over and back.
Good trap there by South Hall and Tall to create that turnover.
So a turnover now, and just cleaning things up here for this final minute.
Good game, though. I think Sewickley went on that run in that second half, and when people look at the final score, they're like, oh, they won by 25 to 30, however this shakes out.
Yeah, I think the big impact was Mamadou Kane. Really able to take over. There's no basket there. A travel is going to be called against Sewickley.
When Mamadou Kane comes back in with the 3 fouls, and then he doesn't get in foul trouble at all. I saw Peters try their best to make him draw 1 or 2, but he just completely took over. We saw 2 highlight reel dunks you just don't see a lot at the high school level as well.
Fake there, and off the glass and in. Nice basket, Brian Devine for Peters Township. Threading the needle there to get that one. Connor Tall, and then they'll swing things around in here. Sewickley will hold on to this one for a little while to end things here in quarter number 4. The 3 there from Crayson, no good. He had an open look. Rebound by Southall, though. Underclassmen all out there for Peters Township to end things, as well as Sewickley Academy, and the Panthers will stay undefeated, 15-0. On the 2025-2026 season, they'll defeat Peters Township, a 5A team, and a solid one at that, 67-44 here in this one.
Spencer, I was going to say they're just getting ever so closely. Again, you want to take it one game at a time, but if you look at their schedule, that was one of their tougher games or toughest game left on this schedule. Like you said, Eden Christian's a really good team, but they beat them twice already in section. So they won 67-44. And it was a great non-conference section game or non-conference game on a Saturday. The JV game was a 1-point game. This game, as you'll see some of these highlights from the second and first half, it was a highly competitive game until that third quarter, and then you saw Mamadou Kane really just take over. Some of those dunks, unbelievable. Right there, he is just high-flying through the air. He had 3 fouls, but cleaned it up in that second half, and he really was the difference maker.
So we take a look at some of the highlights, and yeah, it was Dunk City out here in Sewickley. Drew Steele, that was the really impressive one
That was
there.
one
He
of
got
your-
up there.
Mamadou, we love you. No offense, you are 6'8". We're expecting some dunks. Where Drew Steele's, you just did not expect that. What a dunk by Drew Steele's. But Spencer, we're getting closer and closer to playoffs, and I think this is a really good game for both teams. And again, Sewickley Academy still undefeated, but I know Coach Isolino every day is saying we got to go one game at a time. Do not look ahead. Undefeated season sounds great, but you just cannot look ahead yet. Win every game, take care of some business.
Damon, real quick, just final thoughts, positive notes for both of these teams.
Yeah, I think Peters, you're losing some size here today, and you're not used to that when you're playing down 2A school. When you lose your guy that's 6'8" and Wetzel, it made it hard. And Knox and Donovan and everybody tried their best to really guard down low. But when you face Ikemba and Mamadou Kane, two of the most talented big guys you'll see in the Whitfield this year. You got South Park Luke Strafe, you got Kalau and Montour, but these two, I mean, everybody's talking about them. You can see they play so well together too, and they've grown so much. So Peters did their best. I think this is a great non-conference game. I've said it a million times, but I love watching non-conference games like this where two teams get better, head into the playoffs. You learn something from a game like this.
That'll be it here in this one, courtesy of JRM Sports for our entire broadcasting crew here on this Saturday afternoon in Sewickley. For Corey Berger, our producer, and our director, Jill Wada. Alongside of me, Dave McDermott, and our entire crew, I'm Spencer Witt saying so long and thank you so much for tuning in. Final score, Sewickley defeats Peters Township 67-44 here on JRM Sports. Good night, everybody.